Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jen Bordeaux with New Direction Family Law, and I'm sitting here with Sterling Fulton of Your Space to Thrive, and she is one of our wonderful facilitators as part of the For a Better Life workshop series that kicks off next month on February 4th at 9 a.m. So Sterling, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited about this.
Of course, we are too. So if you will, just let everyone know more about your business, Your Space to Thrive, and how you help people in all your wonderful, magical ways.
Oh, okay. Your Space to Thrive is a business that's really built on helping people achieve the life of their dreams. You know, one of the things that I do is I work with people to help them identify who they are at their core, help them develop a plan to get there, and then I hold them accountable, hold their feet to the fire.
Which is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. It is so important. I do that through either one-on-one, setting up one-on-one consulting and working with them, or I've written a book called The Brain Trust Planner. It's available on Amazon, and people can do that as a self-guided thing. They can definitely, identify what's important to them, set up their plans using that as a tool, and then they can also find an accountability partner, and they can do that and through that. So there's multiple ways of doing it.
Awesome. So what got you into Your Space to Thrive? I mean, is it something you've always done, or how did you stumble upon that you wanted to do this and help people plan and be held accountable and everything?
It's really interesting. Back in 2010, actually 2011, I found myself in a situation that's probably very similar to many of your clients. I ended up, and it was a shocker, I have to tell you. It was something that left me kind of like flat. I was like, oh my gosh. So in the same month, I lost a job that I absolutely loved, and it ended, my marriage of 21 years ended.
Something we're a little all too familiar with in New Direction,
yeah. So, I was faced with all these things, and I had to kind of figure out what do I want my post-marriage years to look like?
Right.
What do I want that to look like? And then I also had to think about, well, what about me? I mean, and so many of my clients come in to see me, and they're like, okay, I want to enter this new phase of my life. I want this, but how do I get there? I've spent so much of my time, doing things for other people, listening to other people. I hear my mother's voice, or, I can hear my husband's voice, or, I just hear society's voice telling me that I need to go into this direction, but that's not where my heart is. I want to go someplace else.
Okay.
And how do I do that? And without losing myself, how do I get to do that? And so what I do is I work with them to identify what it is that they want, what's really important to them, and then what steps do they need to put in place to get there.
Awesome.
Yes.
Which is such an added benefit to the clients that we work with, because a lot of times, what I've seen in my time, my short time in family law, and with the attorneys that we work with, is that separation divorce is a lot of times wanted way more by one party than the other.
Absolutely.
And was blindsided with, you discussed in your situation. And so then it does give them the chance to reevaluate to see what they want. And while they may have this great idea about, oh, I want to go here, I want to do this, or I want to change my path, career path, whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
It's great and somewhat easy to say, okay, I want to do this, but then actually putting steps into place to get to that, that happy place and that achievement and finding yourself and getting there. So, being that you took your personal situation like that and turned it into something that helps others so much is phenomenal and a great resource for those that we come in contact with on a daily basis.
Yes, thank you. Because I definitely understand what it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely understand what it's like, and I can identify with that. And unless you do this, unless you absolutely stop, take assessment of who you are and what you want in your life, you are going to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. And if that same mistake just happened to be a person that you're married to,
which is easy to do,
which is very easy to do, you will start dating people that look different, but is the exact same personality of the person that you left. And you've got to take that time to kind of heal and decide what it is that you want and how do you want that to look like in your life, and then move forward. And that's really what values-based planning does for you. And values-based planning is at the root of everything that I do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think a key part that you mentioned is that accountability, because I know just in, barriers and hurdles that I've come across in my life,
Yes.
that, I want the solution, I want to get to the other side, and I may start taking my own steps, but then, it gets really, really tough and scary, whether that's emotionally or just, whatever I'm trying to get through. And so it's very easy to resort back, like you said, to those old behaviors, whatever they may be.
Yeah.
So okay, let's talk about the new year. Everybody wants to get fit, and so
Exactly.
gym memberships are
Exactly.
through the roof.
Exactly.
And
That's a good point,
and that's the great thing about personal trainers and why that's so successful for so many people is because that accountability, or if you have a friend that goes with you, because you're more likely to push yourself if you have someone in whatever capacity that may be, physical fitness, nutrition, the support that you provide. To help you get there and to really get to that end result that you're going for. So.
Absolutely, and that accountability, what it means is that person's not just telling you, hey, go for it, but that person's also reminding you of the reason why you're doing it in the first place.
Absolutely.
If you want to lose weight to fit in a pair of jeans, yeah, you could do that, but for most people, it's beyond just trying to fit into a pair of jeans. It's about getting healthy. It's about being able to run with your children or, your grandchildren or doing whatever. It's about being a healthy person. Because I always tell people, if you want to lose 30 pounds tomorrow, you can. You can go to a doctor and have them cut off your leg. 30 pounds is gone.
30 pounds.
Right. Like, nobody wants to do it that way.
No, yeah.
Nobody wants to do it that way. What they want is they really want to get healthy. And what does healthy look like? And first, we've been taught that healthy looks like a certain way. It looks like the model. It looks like, she's like a size 0 and she doesn't eat, and that's healthy. But not really. I mean, that's not really healthy. So maybe healthy is being a size 8 and just eating fresh fruits and vegetables and walking and being able to, run around run a couple miles. Maybe that is your healthy.
Right.
So we've got to identify it, plan for that, and then go for it. So it all stops with just taking a moment, taking a pause, and deciding, what it is that we want. And that, it sounds easy, but it's hard. Because what's in society, it's like, if my cell phone were to ring right now, I'd be like a Pablo dog. Like, oh,
gotta answer.
Yeah. It's like our kids are pulling us in this direction. Everyone's pulling us, and we don't have time just to sit and to think.
Right, and sometimes that time to sit and think can be scary.
Yes.
Or getting to that goal, you're talking about the immediate fix of losing 30 pounds, of losing a limb, voluntarily. But
don't do that.
Yeah. Not recommending that. But most of the times, getting to the other side, it's an uphill battle, and it can be a lot longer. There can be setbacks that make it even longer than originally anticipated.
Yeah.
So that actually leads perfectly into your workshop.
Yes.
Which is a little ways from now. Yes. At the end of the year. It's December 2nd of this year. But definitely wanted to get some information about what that workshop is so that people can have plenty of time to plan.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So one of the things we're going to talk about in the workshop, and the title of the workshop is Climbing Your Personal Mountain. How going for your dreams doesn't have to feel like an exotic adventure.
Even though it does sometimes.
It does.
You got to take vacation time to go for your own dreams.
It does. And it's really funny how that works. And it works like that for everyone. I wrote the book on it, but the same rules apply to me. So, but really what I'm going to talk about is how we look at our time and how, one of the key things that I do talk about in all the workshops and all the presentations that I do is like this mythology, this myth that we can somehow manage time. Time is unmanageable.
Right.
I don't care what anybody tells you, time management, do this. Time is not something you can budget your time, but you cannot manage time. Time is beyond all of us.
Time is all of our bosses.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
You think you're going to manage that? Well, no. We're all born. We're all going to die.
That's great. I've never heard it put that way, but you're so right. Time is something we don't have control over. We might say, okay, we schedule this appointment, or one of the attorneys has to be in court by 9 a.m. They get a flat tire. Guess what? You still have to be in court.
You still have to be in court.
That's time's way of saying, hey, I rule this. Like, you gotta listen. You gotta do what I say. So you're right. Budgeting time. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've never really thought of it that way.
It's a whole different concept. And so when you start thinking about a budget in terms of time, one of the things that you can start realizing is that, hey, wait a minute, budgets, I can work with a budget.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I also talk about, and I'm not going to tell you all the goodies, in the workshop, just a little bit on.
Gotta come to the workshop.
That's
for that.
right. That's right. But one of my goodies is how you can buy time. So time is not even for everyone. So if you are, and I am not paid by these people, I love them, I use them all the time, but you know, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, who I think is just like wonderful. But if you are working for him, he gets to buy, I believe it's 144,000 people that work for him in some capacity, and each one of them is giving him, let's just say they all give him 8 hours a day. I mean, he's got, what is that, more than 1 million hours a day that he can use to get things accomplished.
Okay.
So, because he can buy that. He can buy.
He can hire all of those employees
to
help,
to help to do things. For some of us, we're lucky enough that we can buy someone to help us to clean our house. Or for all of us, if you have a small child, you actually buy time through your taxes if your kids are going to public school to help you to educate your children. We don't do that. You know, you can buy, you go for fast food. You can budget time for, and you should not eat fast food. But you can still, that's part of the budgeting of the time to get someone to feed you or to cook for you. So, you know, it's how we want to spend our time, how we want to spend our resources in terms of getting things done. So it's all about looking at the big budget of time, that big thing of how we're going to use our money and how we're going to use our energy to get the things that we want.
Okay, which, you know, and again, I think just going back to, and I think it can be applied to any stressful situation that someone's going through in their life, whether it's a job change or, you know, the clients that we deal with, if they're now becoming a single parent. Or if they had a 2-income household that's now going to 1, they've got to learn to budget financially. Well, guess what? You've got to budget your time too, because now it's a lot more is on you. And so for a single parent that's just getting, you know, learning with that, I mean, these are great tools to learn.
Yeah.
So a good question that I you know, I read this question and I was like, oh, I really want to know that is, I plan already, because I feel like I do. You ask my friends and my family, I'm a planner. Sometimes obnoxiously so. You know, sometimes I feel like that's all that I do is planning. But sometimes I don't feel like that planning works out or it's not working for me. So, you know, why is that? What can I do to get that planning to start working for me?
Well, there's a couple of things. One, when people plan, they tend to sit down on a sheet of paper and write all the things that they have to do. Okay, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. So it becomes a list. And your goal becomes, okay, this is something that this is something that I'm working towards, this is something that I want, and then you write, you know, what you need to do to get there. Most plans, and not all, but most plans aren't tied to your heart, or they're not tied to your values. They're just tied to an end result. But, you know, there's a big thing on the why. You know, why are you doing this? Sometimes people plan for a big house. I like to use this as an example. You know, I want to buy that, you know, 5,000 square foot, $1 million house, and I want that one right there on the corner. This is my goal, and I'm going to work towards that. But the issue is, why do you want that house? So you can do all the plans and you get that house and be miserable. The question is, why do you want to do this? You know, why is it that you're going for that goal? Why is it that you're actually setting that plan? And once you tie that down to the things that mean the most important to you, you become unstoppable. So think about this. A good example is, you know, the mom whose child unfortunately gets ill, and they decide they're going to start a foundation. And they have nothing. They have nothing. And this has happened time after time after time. These powerful women will go and start with nothing and end up like with these $1 million foundations.
These great foundations, absolutely, because they had that passion. That was their why.
Exactly. It was their why, and nothing will stop them. You know, you look at the Olympian who decides, you know, that I'm going to swim the English Channel, or I'm going to swim from Cuba to...
Bless them.
Exactly. And nothing stops them.
Right.
And we wonder, how come that happens? Well, that happens because that person has tied it into something that's deeper, and that's their value. And once you identify that, nothing can stop you. You become like an unstoppable force, you know? So a lot of times our plans aren't tied to that. It's just something that we want to do, and we want to put it on the check mark and just, check it off the list of things to do. And it's not what is really our driving force. And I have to tell you, there have been times in my life where I've done that. I've planned things and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do it.
I can move that to the next couple of days, or
Yeah. And it doesn't. It normally, if it happens, it's okay. But it's just the check mark off the box. But for the things that I've decided that I'm going to do, and why I'm going to do them, and it's tied to something that I believe in, nothing, absolutely nothing will stop me. Nothing.
Awesome. So people have just got to find that true why, not just because I want to fit to a pair of jeans, like you said earlier, but because I overall want to be healthier.
Right.
Awesome. Sterling, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
So just to reiterate, Sterling's workshop is climbing your personal mountain. How going for your dreams doesn't have to feel like an exotic adventure. So please join us for her workshop on December 2nd of 2017. So you got plenty of time to plan and figure out why you need to be there.
That's right.
And Sterling also mentioned her Brain Trust Planner. And this is a wonderful device that helps you, or book that helps you go through, plan, especially if you're like me and you still like to write things down, even though we have all these Google calendars and all that kind of stuff. It's wonderful for that. It really digs into her value-based planning and finding out your why and making sure that you're getting those things done that you want to get. And she has been wonderful, and we will be giving away this at one of these at our February 4th workshop. So please go to newdirectionfamilylaw.com/for-a-better-life, and you can see all about Sterling's workshop and read some more information about her, as well as direct links to her her business, Your Space to Thrive, as well as look at all the other workshops that are going to be offered this year. So, again, Sterling, thank you so much for budgeting some time today for me and to
thank you. This is
provide
amazing.
some information.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, Jen Bordeaux at New Direction Family Law. And Sterling, please tell people how they can get in contact with you.
Yes, you can get in contact with me through my website. Go to www.yourspacetothrive. I'm also on Facebook. Look up Your Space to Thrive on Facebook and like me on Facebook. And also on Twitter.
And you can find the Brain Trust Planners if you can't wait until February 4th, or if you do come to the workshop, which we hope you all do, and you are the lucky one that wins the raffle, you can also find the Brain Trust Planners. I've been struggling with that all day. On Amazon.
Yes,
so
on Amazon.
Please check it out. Again, thank you so much, and we hope to see you all this year at the For a Better Life Workshop Series. Have a good day.
Thank you.